So Mabel sat in the back of the church tonight because I didn't feel like going up to the front. I didn't feel that churchy stuff. I just came to be nosy tonight. I didn't come to get no prayer and no prophetical word or give no testimonial. I didn't come. I didn't even come for the crackers and the juice on today. Mabel just came to be nosy, see what they was doing up in that church. Well, I sat in the back. As I sat in the back in the middle of service, maybe we'll say 1/4 of the service. Every time the door opened, I turned around. Mabel just being nosy tonight. I turned around, see who was walking, because I was waiting for Poppy to come in. Me and Poppy was arguing. I figured Poppy would come to church and make it right. Poppy never came, but anyway, I kept turning around. I kept looking. Well, this time I turned around. I looked, and it was this girl. She came in the church and she sat like 3 rows in front of me. Oh my God, this girl looked like she just come off the stripper pole. I hope my God, I lied to you not, honey, do hush. She looked like she just jumped right up off the pole, like she forgot the rest of her clothes and everything and just said, hey, I'm going to church, and twirl. So I looked at her and I'm looking at her. You see all her thighs. You see all her flesh. The man of God was trying to preach and he was struggling. I seen him just struggling because this girl had all her flesh out. The mother of the church, she got up and she came from the back and she came over there and she gave the little girl, well, she wasn't really little. She was in her 30s. She gave the little girl, gave the woman like a little hanky to put across her leg while pastor was preaching. And the woman crossed her legs and knocked the hanky right off on the floor. She ain't want that on her, I don't think so. Next thing I know, another woman came and put her coat around her legs so you couldn't see her thighs and stuff. And the girl crossed her legs on the other side, threw the coat off in the floor. I'm telling you, this girl did not want to be covered. She wanted all her flesh to be seen. Next thing I know, the usher come up, and the usher came up with one of them little throat cloth things, and I grabbed the usher's arm before she went up there, and I said, hey. I said, she a visitor, right? And she said, yeah. I said, how you know she didn't come in here for salvation? And she said, well, if she did, the scripture said something about you have to be dressed in modest apparel. And I said, well, why don't you just let that girl be so she can listen to the word? And she said, we will, but we want to let her cover up her flesh because we don't want her to be a distraction to pastor. And then we don't want her to be a distraction to the other men of the church. And I said, oh, okay. So she goes up there and she gives the girl the little I guess it was a prayer cloth or something that you put over people when they out in the floor when they get slapped out in the floor. She gave them one of them things. And that girl, she threw that off. She threw that in the floor. So after a while, after 15, 20 minutes, well, Mabel was getting upset because all these people keep getting up, going over there and messing with this girl. I really wasn't worried about the girl showing her flesh. I was looking at all these people in the middle of preacher preaching, getting up, going back there to this woman. So Mabel, I go all the way in the back. I go all the way back there in the kids' romper room where they had daycare, the children's church. I went all the way back there and I grabbed something. And I came all the way back inside that church and I walked past that usher. I walked right up there to that girl and I had this great big king size sheet, white sheet, and I wrapped it around her and I said, stand up, Messy. She stood up and I wrapped it underneath her, and I said, don't you move. I said, you better not pull that sheet up off your leg. I said, because these people is getting on my nerves trying to cover you up. I said, and I hope that you really enjoy service. And I hope that you really have a good time. I said, because this don't make no sense. What you saying, Mabel? What I'm saying is let people be. You distracting people. That's what you're doing. I know you mean well, but some of these people just come up off the street and they don't have what you got. They don't know nothing about dressing up for Jesus and wearing the great big fancy hats and wearing the great big turtlenecks and all. Them people don't know that stuff. Some of these people is coming straight up off the street. And we got to use wisdom of how we handle people, because sometimes we don't know whether we ministering to angels unaware. And you go up there and you treat somebody like that. So I wasn't trying to cover the girl up. I was getting sick and tired of them people in that church trying to wrap this girl up. You the ones causing distractions. She wasn't causing no distraction, because she came and she sat in her seat. Yes, Mabel upset. She came and she sat in her seat like a good little girl, and she was listening to the pastor. All these people getting up and walking to the back to cover that girl up. Let that girl be. So I'm saying, you let these people be. You pray for them. God will change them. Stop trying to be robo-cops in the church and let Jesus do what Jesus trying to do. Amen. Amen, lights.